बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम, अस्सलाम वालेकुम। ये टोफल सीरीज़ है फॉर द बिगनर्स। आज हम इसमें से और टेल को ग्रामेटिकली डिफरेंस देखेंगे और उनको इन डेप्थ स्टडी करेंगे। सो विदाउट फर्दर अड्यू, लेट्स स्टार्ट द लेसन। Now these verbs have the same meanings, however the grammar is completely different. If there is an indirect object, if we mention the person to whom the words are spoken, we use tell. राइट सो आप दोनों को हम दोनों की मीनिंग सेम है बट ग्रामर फ़र्क है। तो अगर आपने इनडायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट को रेफर करना है, फॉर एग्जांपल यू आर मेंशनिंग द पर्सन टू हुम द वर्ड्स कम एज स्पोकन, तो ऐसे में आपने वर्ड टेल को इस्तेमाल करना है। इफ़ देयर इज़ नो इनडायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट then in that case you just use the word say. So despite having same meanings, the word tell comes when you are mentioning about an indirect object for something like to whom, then the word tell comes. If there is no indirect object, then the verb say comes. So let's further dive in. So आपके जो sentence construction होगी उसके formula हैं subject followed by the word say, followed by that, again this can be an optional for that matter, followed by another subject and the word verb comes and then verbs comes. However, when comes to the word tell, in that case you have a subject followed by the word tell, then indirect object is not an option, it should be there, followed by a that, followed by subject and then verb. So the only difference is say के बाद आपके पास कोई indirect object नहीं है, but when it comes to the word tell, then you should have an indirect object in your sentence. Tell can also be followed occasionally by a direct object. Now besides having an indirect object after the word tell, you may have a direct object as well after the word tell. Always use tell before the words these following nouns whether there is an indirect object or not. Regardless हमने जो आपको conditions बताई हैं कि to have an indirect object you should have a tell, or at times you may have a direct object and then you can use the word tell. But these list of nouns we have here, just pause your video here and make a list in sub nouns के साथ, regardless whether you have a direct or indirect object or not, always write the word tell. Now what are these nouns? Tell is followed by the word a story, a joke, a secret, a lie, the truth and the time. For all these nouns always have the word tell preceding these nouns. So just pause your video here and make a list of all these nouns. Look at the example. John told a story last night. Again the word told followed by the story. Again this is from the list of the nouns we just speak about. John told us a story last night. Now here you have gotten an additional object inside, so regardless you have an object or not, here you don't have any object, here you have an object. So then in that case when it comes to a story, the word tell should come. It's about the past, last night, so you're mentioning the tense accordingly. It will be no longer tell, it will be a told. Another example, the little boy was punished because he told a lie. Again it's about past since it's punished, and the word a lie is a noun which always accompanies by the word tell, so the word told come here and with no object whatsoever. However, you may have a told, you may have even if you have an object, but since you have the word lie, so the told will come. The little boy was punished because he told his mother a lie. So again you have, despite of having an object, in the middle you have, since it's about a lie, it's a noun, this always precedes by the word tell. Note, now you have to remember one more thing, to use the appropriate sequence of tenses with say and tell. Now so far we have spoke about how to use a tell, but important thing to notice is that according to the proper sequence of tenses, आपने say और tell को इस्तेमाल करना है according to the proper sequence of tenses. For example, when you have the present tense, he says that he is busy today. So the word say is present, so it has to be followed by the present verb, which is. Second example is he says that he will be busy today. The present tense followed by the future tense, and it's actually the verb, the model we just spoke about in the lesson about sequence of tenses. When it comes to the past tense, he said that he was busy today. So the said comes in the second tense because it's past, followed by a was, which is again past. Then another example, he said that he would be busy today. Again the past followed by this modal verb past here. This is all about how to use the word say and tell, regardless depending कि आपके पास object है, object नहीं है, और कौन सी list of noun के साथ हमेशा tell आएगा. So now just to reinforce the whole idea, grammatically idea, अब हम इसकी exercise को solve करेंगे. This is an exercise of about 10 questions जिसमें आपके पास ब्लैंक्स मौजूद हैं और आपने इसमें करेक्ट फॉर्म ऑफ से एंड टेल को इनकॉर्पोरेट करना है एंड बी केयरफुल टू ऑब्जर्व द सीक्वेंस ऑफ टेंसेस एज वेल. इफ यू हैव अ प्रेजेंट followed by present, and if you have present, if you have past, then you have to have these verbs in the past accordingly. So you just be watchful about the tenses, and also you should know where to write the word say and where to write the word tell. It's an exercise of about 20 questions. So here are more on your screen. So just pause your video here, make right answers of each of these 20 questions, and then once you are done with, then we will jump into the answers directly. So for those who are done with the answers by now, we can start answers. Think of the first one. Harvey said he would take us on a picnic today. Here the word said comes because it's past tense, as we know by book, by the word would. And second, since it has no indirect object, so the word said should come here. Second question, Pete is telling the children some funny stories now. So again, a story which is always accompanied by the word tell. So again, this is again the present tense about now, so it is going to be is telling. We have to be watchful about the tense as well. Question 3, who told you that he was going to New York? Since we have an indirect object here, so the word told should come, because again, in order to make agreement with the tense which is past. Okay, question 4, when did you tell Mary that the party would be? So again, we have an indirect object, so we have to use the word tell, and since we already show the past tense with the word did, so it should be accompanied with the simple verb form which is tell. Again, the question 5 comes, which is, my sister told us that it had snowed in her town last week. So again, we have an indirect object in the middle, so the word told should come since it's about the past tense, so accordingly we will adjust the tense. Question 6, no one in the second grade class would tell time. हमेशा टाइम के साथ आपने टेल लिखना होता है, एंड अगेन सिंपल प्रेजेंट टेंस, सो यू जस्ट राइट द वर्ड अकॉर्डिंगली. क्वेश्चन 7, द कॉमेडियन ऑलवेज टेल्स हिज फ्रेंड फनी जोक्स व्हेन ही इज एट अ पार्टी. जोक्स इज ऑल्सो वन ऑफ द नाउन्स लिस्ट, जिसमें रिगार्डलेस का आपने फिर उसके बाद अपने ऑब्जेक्ट इंडायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट को सर्च नहीं करना, यू जस्ट हैव टू डायरेक्टली जंप इनटू द वर्ड टेल, एंड अगेन अकॉर्डिंग टू एग्रीमेंट विद द टेंस यहाँ पे द वर्ड टेल्स आएगा, बिकॉज वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द सिंगल कॉमेडियन हियर. Okay, then comes question 8. What time did you say that the lecture had begun? Since we don't have indirect object here, so we'll use the word say here. Again, despite of the past tense which is shown with the word did, हम यहाँ पे say लिखेंगे. Question 9. Who says that we are having an exam tomorrow? Since we have no indirect object, it's just direct thing, so we just write the word says accordingly. According to the tense of the sentence. Question 10. The judge instructed the witness to tell the whole truth about the accident. So now, without looking for the object, the word truth always comes with the word tell. So write the word tell here. Again, with an agreement with the tense and with the sentence tense. Question 11. The little boy told a lie about not eating the cookies before lunch. A lie which is it's from the list of the noun जिसके साथ हमेशा आपने tell लिखना है. Since about the past tense, so accordingly आपने उसकी tense को adjust करना है with the word told. Question 12. Hamlet said, to be or not to be, that is a question. We have no indirect object at all, so just directly write the said. And since it's about the famous Shakespeare drama, so accordingly you write the word the past tense said. Question 13. Our teacher said that we would not have any homework during the vacation. When you have no indirect object, just straight jump into the word say, and accordingly, since it's about the past, so we'll make the adjustment of the sense as well. Question 14. Because he could not tell the time, the boy arrived home very late one evening. Again, the time always accompanies with the word tell. Now comes question 15. I saw my friend in the library and I said that I had wanted to talk to him. So again, there's no indirect object, it's a direct thing, so you just go with the word is said. Question 16. Sean said that he had already seen the movie. Again, past tense, we use the word said, and with no indirect object, just write the word said. Question 17. Larry said that his friends would be going camping next week. It's directly said by the Larry, no indirect object, therefore the word said should come here. James says that he has already done his homework. It's a direct thing, no indirect object and afterwards, so just write the word say, and since it is about the simple present, about the James, so you just make the sentence accordingly. Now comes question 19. I wonder who said that blondes had more fun. Again, you're writing the word said here because there is no indirect object. Just write the word said here. Question 20. Never tell a secret to a person who spreads gossip. A word secret, a noun secret, always it precedes by the word tell. According to the sentence of the tense of the sentence, which is present, we write the word tell here. So this is all about the 20 question exercise, जिसमें हमने say और tell के exercise को use हमने देखा. Again, keep the list of those nouns जिसके साथ हमेशा tell आना है, उसमें फिर आपने worry नहीं करना whether you have an object direct or not. And when it comes to the say, then you're not going to have an indirect object. So after you solve this exercise, this concept will be more clear. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, like and share with your friends and family. Thanks for watching.